I don't know how this view is going to be, but I want to make it work. Take you guys right here. Get my faceplate on. I'm going to wait for some people to get in here. Yeah. What's up, Don? It's been a while, huh? Got to represent my boys, you know. Got my shirt from Mike D, the Whacking Shack, and got my hat for David of Timber Designs. It's kind of an impromptu live. I haven't done a live since my wife went on, but just decided to jump in here. I was talking to Mike yesterday, and said, why not? I've been working on a video, a few things actually. If you noticed, been a lot of short form content, and there is a video coming up. It's gonna be a good one. A little bit on the longer side. It's probably gonna end up being we'll see. It's end up being probably right now I have it built and edited because I edit at the same time that I'm building. So the video right now, as edited, is like almost 26 minutes. So I have a few more things to edit to catch up to my build from what I've built so far. And it'll probably take me closer to like 28 minutes, I'd say, maybe. But we'll see. I don't want to do a two-part video. I want to do a one video. So I think that I'm going to make it it's probably going to be like high 30s, 40-minute-ish. But I can tell you guys that it's going to be worth it because it's a really fun build, and yeah, it's really cool. One thing that I'm adding to the end of the project is the most detailed part, and it's gonna take the longest part, which I haven't done yet. So it's gonna be a few weeks, I'd say, before the video comes out. But it's fun. You know, I got a lot of good things that have gone with the project. A lot of molding, profiling details, a lot of joinery, some turning. It's going to be fun too, so there's going to be some turning in there. But yeah, it's the only people that have really seen the project so far is Jeff, Dave, and Mike. So it's been a hot minute, yeah. Yeah, I just decided to jump in, spur of the moment. I wasn't really gonna go live. I think today I was gonna just get a little bit further on my project, but I think I can still do that. I'm not really setting timetables on stuff. I'm just kind of like, when I get in the shop, I'm enjoying the woodworking, and I'm enjoying the project, enjoying the process, and I feel like that'll be a better product, a better, you know, be able to tell a better story for you guys, because you guys are part of the journey. So I do want to give you guys the best product as possible. So anyway, but today I got this this big ass piece of wood from the Turners Club. I don't really know how this is going to turn out. I'm kind of just going to have some fun. It looks like some cedar, redwood cedar. So I'm going to have to be kind of careful. As far as fasteners for the faceplate, I went a little bit longer with the fasteners, 1 1/4 as opposed to 1-inch ones. My Craig screws that I use. So we'll see. I haven't been doing a lot of turning. The only thing that I really turned was I made these dog holes, and I turned the dowels for the dog holes from my bench that I'm working on. So that's all the turning that I've done. Yeah, it's a big chunk of wood. I think it's probably the maximum that my lathe will handle. And I figured it'd be fun. I'm not really worried about numbers and stuff like that. I just you know, talking to Mike yesterday, it was fun, man. Just want to get it just wanted to get on and just have fun, you know. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm gonna take this and I'm going to shape it down a little bit, and then hopefully I can get this bottom to a point where I can, you know, get a tenon in it, and then flip this sucker around, and I should be able to get a pretty deep bowl. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, and how much material that it's gonna take to get something that's, you know, solid enough to work with, but we're gonna find out together, huh? Dang, we got a Rocketeer in the house. What's up? Shoop's Wood Shop, thank you. And good morning to everybody. Hello, hello. So yeah, no real pressure today. I do have to clean out my lathe. I got to do some detail stuff on it because it's making this clicking sound. I don't. Maybe there's something in here on my belt. It doesn't sound too serious, but you know, you got to do maintenance on your machines, and I only do a little bit of maintenance on my machines. As far as the lathe goes, I haven't really done that. All my other machines are pretty maintenanced, but hello, Nicholas. Check out the new Boss. Check out the new Boss banner. They were kind enough to send that to me. Yeah, smack that like button. Yeah, like I said, nothing too crazy today. I don't even know if I'm going to finish this. I'm just jumping in for an hour or so, just to have fun. Mike, I think, is going to jump on after me at some point. So, Sawdust Mafia, you know, we're going to hopefully get the trio today. I know Dave's got some stuff going on today with family, but hopefully. This is about maximum. This is about maximum. This is going to be fun. I'm going to have to get my tail stuck on this bad boy. Well, it works, man. Let me get my laptop on too, so I can see the comments better. Hopefully no chunks of wood smack in and hit this bad boy. Let's see. Other than that, hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. Let's see. You guys like this angle? You wanted me to turn it around a little bit? Let me know. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Let's see. Put my tailstock on. it's funny how the weekend is. You know, the weekend is kind of what you make it, really. Sometimes you're dog shit tired, and sometimes you freaking you want to conquer the world. So it's kind of either or, right? At least in my case. I can't speak for everybody else. So see how this bad boy spins. Oh, hold on. Take that lucky lock off. Oops. Okay, well, it's gonna have to be moved a little bit. Okay. Okay, there we go. Sweet. Gonna tighten down my workbench a little bit. That way I have a little bit more stability. Let's see. All right. That's the one I got from the meeting. We're going to see how this goes. A little bit tighter on this thing. Lock this down. Okay. So I'm going to pull this out. So right now I'm just getting a gauge of how my setup's going to be. This is about the maximum that my lathe can handle as far as circumference wise. So I just need to get my banjo set up and my tool rest so that I'm not hindering this. Until I take this down a little bit, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, which is fine. So I'm just going to etch this a little bit closer, and hopefully we're going to start at a slower speed just so I can rough this down a little bit, and then I'll up the speed. So I'm about 600 right now. Yeah, I'm starting out slow, Jeff. Took my laptop, so it's getting a little shit on it. Yeah, this has got a lot of wormholes in it, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to salvage, but we're going to try. It's not going to be the prettiest bowl, but because I'd have to fill these with some resin, which I don't have time to do right now. But we're just having fun, right? So we'll see what I can do. These holes go in pretty far. So if I am able to salvage this bowl, it's going to be work that I'm going to have to do later. I'm just going to have to kind of plan as I go so that these holes and imperfections don't adhere what I'm doing. And I don't, especially when I'm taking out this inside, that nothing goes wrong and just goes to shit. So it's going to be a challenge, which is going to be fun. So you ain't having fun, you ain't living, right? Tighten that up a little bit. So I'm going to give this a pre-span right here to kind of see where I'm at as far as where I can position my tool rest. Looks like that's where it's going to be. Okay. And away we go. Yes. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not really worried about it, but probably something I'm going to have to do. I'm going to come at this like an angle. Yeah, that's a good idea, Jeff. my speed a little bit. Now, I don't know how many of you are turners, but a good rule of thumb that I've learned from a very experienced wood turner, his name is Jeff, 2-minute tips for wood turning. He has a great channel if you want to check it out. When you're turning, you don't want to focus on the side that you're on. You want to focus out here because you can really see and really gauge how much material you're taking out. And also, it really does teach you to really have better control with your tool. And another thing as well, you'll also learn to hear the sound that you need to have as a smooth way of moving your tool and really gauging how well speed-wise, sound-wise, vision-wise, they all go hand in hand, and they'll really help you as a turner, especially when you're doing stuff that's really, really challenging. It's also good to stop every once in a while and really wait and really check out where you're at visually and as far as what you've taken out. And then you can kind of move your rest and position yourself maybe better that you wouldn't be able to see as you're turning itself. Thank you, Jeff. I've learned from many great turners, Jeff, Mike, Dave, Tomislav. There's a lot of good ones. A lot of great turners in the world, and I'm blessed enough to have a lot of them as really good friends. So it's nice to have your peers that can really help you. And I'm also a part of a group locally with Jeff that there's some amazing turners, and they're very willing to share their knowledge and whatever, which is great. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions. You know, we're always learning. You can never learn too much, and you're never going to learn everything. But as long as you can keep an open mind and really allow yourself to grow and learn, the sky's the limit. So I'm going to up my speed just a hair. We're at about 1,000. Now you can really tell, like what I was talking about, that's the sound that you want. That's a really smooth sound of you making a really clean cut and going through the material and just really taking your time. That's the sound you want to hear. Those are the things that you want to learn, and as you go, learn. And every material is different, but you want to get that smooth sound as you're cutting and guiding your tool along the tool rest. Hear that smooth sound? Very pretty grain in this. Very beautiful. Just a lot of holes, a lot of imperfections, but it's wood, you know? That's the beauty of woodworking. Those are the really cool challenges that, you know, we have to embrace. Because wood is a beautiful thing, and if you can mold it and shape it and work through those challenges, because, you know, there is moisture and, you know, a lot of other factors. So I'm going to move this a little bit closer, and then I'm going to just give it a pre-spin because I'm real close. I'm like a strong 1/8 away from my tool rest. We're going to stay at this 1,000 and then go from there. All right. Now I'm going to start smoothing this out a little bit, and then I'm going to start shaping this bottom. Always double check everything, even when you stop. See where you're at. See if you're sturdy on this on your piece. So far, so good. Again, get another look at it. Wait for the machine to slow down. Another thing I will say, these machines operate, they are very dangerous. So make sure that if you don't have a lathe and you want to get a lathe, that when you do buy a lathe, you read the manual, you learn all the safety precautions that you need to take. Get stuff like a face shield. A respirator is kind of advanced, but it's for your, the air particulates in the air. Make sure you have either hearing protection or, just stuff in place that makes for a safe environment so that you can safely work, and it's just good practice. This is a 14 by 44 lathe. Now I'm going to start shaping this bottom a little bit. I'm going to have to work my way in slowly. because this bowl really contours. Or it's not a bowl yet, I should say. This piece of wood really contours on this bottom. And just really listen to the tool, listen to the sound, you know. The sound will tell you what you need to do. No, I'm running just the right speed. I'm not too fast. Now I'm just gonna take the challenge and just, yes. There's many ways that you could do this, but like I said, I'm just having fun. Even though the contour is there, I'm gonna use it as a challenge to really just really see how I can shape this thing. Yeah, that's coming off real nicely. You guys want me to change the angle? I'll change your guys' angle a little bit. Let me know if it's good. You guys like that angle? I want to see how this spins without the tailstock. I'm going to lower my speed. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Jeff. I'm just going to lower my speed just to test it. Not bad. I'm going to slowly up my speed, and we're going to see if we're going to get some wobble. That'll tell me what gauge I can go to right now until I rough out a little bit more and get where I need to get. But I'm just taking the proper precautions since this is such a big piece and it's really maximizing the potential of my lathe. All right, so about 950 is really where or I'll take you guys over here. Better? Take this tailstock back. A little bit too high. Yeah, better, Jeff? Getting closer. I'm probably going to have to take this down because there's such a divot in here so that I could get a tenon. So I'm probably going to take this down another 1/2 inch. Take this bad boy down. You guys are having fun with these scrolls today. I love it. Keep it coming. I like you, Richard. I like you. Keep them coming. Okay. Probably going to have to take this down a little bit more. Probably close to where this is flaring out right here. Hopefully that gets me past the point of where there's too much inconsistency here for the tenon. Hell yeah, what's up, brother? Hell yeah, man. I can't wait to see that new shop, bro. Hovering right around 1150, 1200 RPM. I'm kind of listening. I'm taking what my machine is giving me. That's what I said about listening to sound and really focusing on what you're doing. You have to listen. Your machine will talk to you. Hell yeah. There's a ton of shavings in here, Jeff. I'm having a lot of fun though. I gotta say that. It's good to be back and hanging out with everybody. It was nice to take a little break though. I'm gonna up my speed just a hair. Alright, so that's a good place for my tenon. I'm just going to shape this out a little bit, and then I'm going to hit my tenon up. I always give it a little pre-spin. Oh yeah, I like that. Except for this little chip right here, but nothing you can do about that. I really like the shape of this. I'm going to give it a little bit of sanding. And then I'm going to run my scraper on this bottom. And I'm going to sand a little bit, and then I'm going to do my tenon. Let's slap this bad boy in reverse. Pull my stock away. This is 180. This is a Powercap. Compliments of peak safety. Thank you everybody who is helping in the chat. I really do appreciate that. A lot of great people in here. A lot of great channels. Whack and Shack. 2 Minute Tips for Woodturners. New Roots Dynamic. Michael Wilson's channel. Timber Designs. I don't think Dave's in here, but I'm giving a shout out. Jamie of Boondock Builds. Johnny's Lathe Craft. He was in here earlier. A lot of great channels. We have a pretty great community around here. Also, if you guys are into woodworking, and turning, the part of, and also into turning as well. I have a lot of sponsors in the description box, a lot of great links to great products, and a lot of great discount codes, so if anybody's interested in that. I also have a Patreon. If you want to help support 77 Rockets Woodworking any further, I do extra content on there as well. And there's also, if you guys really want to help support the channel, there's a members option. You can join. It's not too expensive. Helps out the channel a lot. I'm going to click this off, take a look at it, wait for it to slow down. Yeah, that looks nice. Nice and smooth. There's a little bit of rough spots, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I'm going to take this down, smooth this out a little bit more with my scraper. Then we're going to sand the bottom. And then we are going to make a tenon. And then flip this bad boy around and get the center of the bowl out. It's one of the best scrapers you can get. Turn that down a little bit. It's one of the best scrapers you can get. They come in a 2-pack on Amazon. Benjamin's Best Scrapers. This is a 1-inch and this is a 3/4. They are amazing. I'm going to go with the 3/4 today because I use the 1-inch quite often. So we're going to get our speed up to about 1100. Smooth this thing out. Nice, easy. Now what this is doing is this is making it so I can smooth this out so I'm not sanding this a crazy amount of time. What this does, it'll help just really fine tune the material just before, kind of a prep before sanding, just so I don't have to do the extra work of running through all the grits and all the sanding. Nice and easy strokes, you're not taking off too much, just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to stop that. Yeah, they're a game changer. I know Mike has them. I learned about them from Jeff. So now I got that down. I think I'm going to take this out a little bit more. It's a little bit rough. I like the slight curvature on it. I'm going to leave it at that. Bring my rest a little bit closer, but I'm going to hit right here with my scraper. And we're going to give the 1-inch one a little bit of love. Just going to dance along this edge ever so slightly. Nothing too crazy, just nice and easy. Get where you want to get. One thing I will say, it's the fine little details like this that I've learned from many great turners like Mike and Jeff and many others that really make the difference. And it goes a long, long way. So take your time a little bit. Don't rush. Enjoy the process. And you'll come out with a real nice product. So I'm going to pull this away right now. We're going to slap the machine into reverse. I'm going to bump the RPMs just a little bit down. And then we're going to gradually up the RPMs as I sand thoroughly. And as before, I'm just going to start with 180. 180, 220, 320, and that's it. So right now, I'm in 700. I'm going to bump it up a little bit more. I'm just going to dance this sandpaper across. Nice and easy. So this machine right now is turning clockwise. When you're spinning on forward, it spins. Well, actually, let me see. Yes, reverse is clockwise and forward is counterclockwise. So I'm spinning that way. And rule of thumb, you always want to stay on this side. The side towards you center and the side move towards you. You don't want to go on this opposite side. You want to stay on this side. Because what you're doing here is you're still hitting over here. It's just, you're just working on this side. It's a lot safer. So I'm going to run this 180 nice and slow. I'll run all this outside too. Just kind of dance it over nice and slow, nice and easy. And this is one of the things that helps out having a respirator, is because when you sand, you get that real fine dust. Hey, what's up, Jovan? Thanks for coming on in. If you like what you see, I got a ton of other content. Click the subscribe button and hit that like button. All right, so that's 180. We're going to go to 220 now. And nice and easy, just listen to it. Also, if you guys like what you're seeing, my buddy Mike of the Whacking Shack, he's going to be on after me. I don't know if he's going on right away or a little bit after me, but he has an amazing channel. He's an amazing woodworker, amazing wood turner. He does some wonderful things. His lives are always super, super entertaining. So if you can, he's in the chat. Check out his channel. If anybody can share the link to his channel, please do. Go check out his channel. Also, you get this badass t-shirt and many other pieces of merch on his website. I think he has a spread shop, so go check that out. It's an amazing shirt, amazing channel. One of my best friends. Love you, Mike. Just want to give him a shout out, and he will be on after this. And if you guys have any questions, and you're not really understanding, you're new to turning, new to woodworking, there's a ton of great people in here with a ton of knowledge. So don't be afraid to ask questions, because these guys and gals are really amazing people. They will help you out the best they can. We go 320. This redwood cedar. I'll slow it down so you can get to see it. Not too bad. It's got a few spots where it could go down, but I don't think that's really going to affect anything. I'm actually pretty happy how this is coming out, considering all the imperfections, which I like to think of this as like, and this is something I learned from Jeff, I like to think of this as you're an artist, right? So these imperfections in this wood, there's beauty in those. So utilize those to your advantage. You can really learn a lot. Yes, a lot of beautiful grain. A lot of beautiful grain in this wood. Redwood cedar is really pretty. Really, really pretty. It's got the dark tones. Well, not the dark tones, but like the medium to dark tones. And then it's got the light tones intertwined with the really, really like honey gold, like swirls. It's really pretty. I don't know how much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm gonna pull this to the side, right? And even though I know an eyeball of my center, what I'm going to do, a good rule of thumb that I like to do, this is what I like to do, not everybody does this. I'm just going to pull my tailstock, and my tailstock is really going to give me a point where my center is. So I'm going to just make a little indentation right there. Just like that. And then I'm going to get my pencil. Just like that. Go real low speed. I get my thicker pencil for my bags. What's up, Mike? That's actually too big of a tenon. So I'm going to flip this in reverse real quick. Okay, now I'm going to smooth that out again, just real quick. I didn't like the size that I scribed my tin in, so I think I'm going to go a little bit smaller. And just remember, it is okay to take your time. So that was in reverse. I'm going to go back to forward. And I'm not even going to scribe a mark. I'm just going to So what I'm doing here, I'm going to drop this a little bit. I'm making a tenon for myself so my jaws can grab. Alright, so I went a little bit bigger with a tenon, just so that I have a little bit of beef on the product, so I could grab. I'm going to lock this out, take my bar, it smells good. So there's my tenon. It's a little bit deeper. I'm going to take off my faceplate real quick. Give me a sec, guys. I got a ton of sawdust in here. Usually I stick my chuck to the side. Let me fix that. Let me get this on real quick. Hold on. There you go. Make sure this is seated really good. I'll give it a pre-spin, real slow. I always do this. After a tightening, I give it a pre-spin, and we'll give it one more little tight up. There we go. So I'm going to switch the angle. Upright more. Welcome back. You know what, I'm going to outline. I'm going to give myself a wall. I try to do this a thin wall. That's an outline to know, kind of gauge where I'm going to go to. I'm going to take this down a little bit. Right now I'm about 1100 RPM. Yes, sir. It's about 3/8, maybe ½ inch. Strong 3/8. Yeah.
Hey, same here, Cat. I want to do a guitar. Yeah, I'm gonna do an acoustic. Electric's on my list too, but I want to do an acoustic first. No CNC. I like technical stuff, man. It's like my jam. I'll show you guys what I'm building right now. That's what I'm building right now. It's a sneak peek. That's all you get for now. This is let's find out. $11 inches. So when I started, it was like 14. Ooh. Got a lot of holes in the wall, but I'll fix those with some epoxy. I'm just going to continue to take this down a little bit. Thank you. I appreciate that. Who knows? I might not even fix the holes. It's more like a decorative bowl, like for a centerpiece. You know? Like I said, I'm not really worried about it. I think it might be a decorative bowl. It'd be nice. I'm definitely not going to eat some cereal out of this bowl. Yeah. Alright, that's getting pretty close. So my tenon's probably I'll probably go down another 1/2 inch. Oh, you will soon. Me too, I love that. I love the subtle differences in grain and the color contrast. It's like, it's beautiful. And thank you for the kind words. Look at this bad boy. Okay. Yeah. It's real light, so it didn't feel like it had a lot of moisture in it, really. When we say we got it, Jeff, I got mine probably like a month and a half ago, and I don't know how long it's been sitting, but let's see. I'm gonna take it down like a 1/4 inch more, maybe 3/8, and then I'm gonna smooth it out and sand it. Yeah, good thing for this mask. Yeah, it's light. It's very, very light. I really like the shape of the inside. I'm digging it. It's flared out a little bit more than I would like down here, but it's not too bad. I like it though. I like the detail right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hit it with my other scraper few times, few passes, and then we're gonna start sanding it. Oh, I gotta take off a little bit right here. Maybe I'll leave this. I really like the. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna take this back, and then put my light back here. Yes, it's very pretty. I love this. I'm not gonna lie, like that's the beauty of like live edge stuff as opposed to just milled down dimensional lumber which you can shape. Really, um, there's a lot of beauty in the holes and the everything. Just the inconsistencies is what makes it so beautiful. Yes, it needs bumbleshoots. I'm gonna slap this baby in reverse, and then where's my other one? There it is. There is this. I have tons of wood shavings. So I'm just gonna sand this thing a little bit. Ooh. Bumbleshoots is a finish. You'll see it's gonna bring this to life. So that was 180. This is 220. What's up, John? Get a look at this thing. Not bad. A little bit of roughness. Let's sand it a little bit more. going to sand the wall a little bit more. Alright, so nice and sanded. Now we're going to get some finish in this product. I'm going to take off my mask. Or you know what, I'll leave it on. Okay. Let's see, where's my... Alright, so we're going to start out with the S tung oil from Bumblechutes. And then we're going to do the wood finish. This is basically tung oil with the solvent in it. It's going to be the second phase. And then the end, we're going to hit it with some Banuba wax. All this, these are all amazing products by Bumblechutes. The links are in the description box. You're going to see how wonderful these products are. They will bring this to life. So let me get my flathead. I'm going to get a finish cloth. I'm going to use the same cloth for all of them. This tung oil, I'll show you it right now. This tung oil is really thick because there's no solvent on it. And key tip: if you do buy the tung oil and you want to thin it out, just get some solvent. So I'm going to run this in reverse, real slow. Actually, you know what? We'll wait on that. I'll just get it going. And keep in mind, this tung oil is a little bit thicker. So now I'm going to hit the outside. right, so there's the tung oil. I'm not gonna get too crazy on that. Set this to the side. Now this is the one that really gets into the product. This right here, you know I got a bunch of wood shavings on it. I'm getting low on this one. But this is the wood finish. This is the tung oil. I don't know if you can see that. It's real pretty. It smells wonderful. And this really gets into the wood. This is basically the tung oil, and it's just got a solvent added. So I'm just going to spin this real slow. And you'll see it start to really gloss with this one. This is like the number one. You're going to order one of these. See how much it's coming to life? Yes, it is. So Eric from Bumbleshoots, he really he said the main difference in this one cures faster, and this is basically just the tung oil with a solvent in it. It thins it out, and it makes it easier to work into the wood. Well, as where tung oil, you really have to work it in there. It smells wonderful. It smells absolutely wonderful. All the people that I've made stuff for, like around Christmas when I was making ornaments and stuff, they really love the smell. They're like, wow, that is beautiful, and it smells amazing. Yeah, if you're into the color orange, I mean, this is nice, but like Paduke and like Osage orange, those are some beautiful oranges. Another really pretty wood that really comes out really nice with this finish is bloodwood. I think I have some bloodwood right here. Let's see if I do. So here's some Paduke that I have. That was supposed to be an ornament. And then here's some bloodwood. I'll put a little bit of finish on there. Look how pretty that is. Real pretty wood. I'm telling you, if you get a chance, if you guys are into turning and into woodworking, you guys check out the link in the description box. turningblanks.net, .wood. That's one of my sponsors. They have amazing wood products. It's they're milled perfectly. They have the exposed ends are waxed. They're stamped. They're just beautiful. Or I'll show you guys some right now. So they come stamped. See, this is Shadua. Then they have like the waxed edge. Real solid products. So I'm going to throw a little bit more on here. Oh, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. If you guys want to see some really nice work with bloodwood, I have a lot of pictures on my Instagram. You guys click the link that goes straight to my Instagram. And I have a lot of pictures on there, on my Instagram page. And my Facebook page as well. You can click on there as well. There's a lot of bloodwood ornaments. And they've all been finished with bumblechutes. They're just amazing. So I'm going to stop this right here. And then now the next step, you see how nice it is. It still has to get into some of those pores, which is expected because this wood, it just really soaks up the finish. So now what I'm going to add, this is the last thing. This is called B-Nuba wax. It's a hard oil finish wax. And it'll really bring the color out. Now, this wood is, as you can see, it's just real nice. It's got a real pretty smell too. And you just get that in there. I'll start it up again. Yeah, it's loving it. Like I said, it might take a few coats, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, depending on the species of wood. But I can guarantee you that this is going to give you a really, really solid finish. And keep in mind, you can always go back and you can always slap some more finish on anything you make. The last set of finish isn't the end-all be-all. And if you're selling the product to somebody, you can just tell them, hey, just all you gotta do is just get some beeswax, carnauba wax, you know, and just slap some wax on. Or, you know, just have the person who made it for you, maybe they'll be nice enough for you. If they're not too far away from your house, maybe they'll meet you somewhere and they can refinish it for you. Remember, there's a lot of options, friends. There's a lot of options, and you can always continue to keep that piece pristine and looking nice for everybody, even yourself. That is the beauty of woodworking. Yes. That's right. You could also put it in the microwave for 45 seconds so it melts and warms for 20 hours and add another coat. That's very true. No, never. I would love to, though. So now, because I have these little imperfections in the corner that really need to get soaked, I'm just gonna take a little bit of time, and I'm gonna focus mainly on this corner, and I'm just gonna dance back and forth. So hopefully, with a little bit of pressure, and just adding a little bit more wax, that it'll really soak in. And if it doesn't, that's okay, you know. I can always, like I said, I can always add wax later. And remember, friends, that if you're not happy with a piece, and you want to revisit turning it, go ahead and do so. You can always fix it to how you like. Now I thought about burnishing this, but I didn't do it this time. So that's really soaking it in right there. That is absolutely beautiful. I am very happy about this. I get a little bit more in these crevices. Let me get my part of the rag that is real strong with the finish. And that's the beauty of it. You can just go through and really look and see the pieces that you might want to add in more finish. And who knows, when you let it sit for a little while and that soaks in a little bit more, then you'll see the pieces, the parts that might need a little bit more attention. And that's okay, because you can do that, you know. That is the beauty of woodworking. The beauty is you can just start with a blank canvas. In our cases, as a woodworker, it's a piece of wood, whatever species. And you can really paint a beautiful picture of however you want. So right now I'm just hitting all the little spots that I may have missed right now. With a little bit, just to give them some love, a little attention. Now, like I said, I'm probably not going to get them all, which is okay. This has so much character. So much character in this piece. There's a little bit of sawdust in here still. That's okay. Just rotate this around. I'll show you right now. There's a few spots that I'm missing. I'll get those later. Just rotate it around a little bit more. One more pass through. There we go, there's one. Take off my mask, show you guys. Yeah, this is beautiful. I am very excited about this. I didn't know what to expect. You know, I mean, obviously you never really know what to expect. You're kind of just hoping for the best as you're turning something and really molding something together. Let me bring out the camera so you guys get a good look. And I really do appreciate you guys sticking around. Bring this out. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. You know, I kind of cut down on my lives. I got a little burnt out, but I'm not going to do as many as I used to, but I do want to still do them because they are very fun, and I really like to have communicate with the community and kind of hang out and have fun. And let me hit this bottom real quick where the tenon is. Like I said, I really do appreciate all of you for taking time out of your day to come hang out with me for a little bit. I'm going to put some light on this thing. The diameter is 11 inches. Let me get my, see if my thing has millimeters on it. I don't know how many millimeters it is, but it's 11 inches out to out. Inside to inside, it's 10 and a strong 8. Dimension-wise, it's almost 3.5. Inside, it's about 3 inches of depth. That's pretty good for this. It's a big one. Real pretty grain. Like this doesn't even do it justice. It's real pretty. I'm very happy with how this came out. Like I said, maybe a little bit more work in the inside I could do. Again, if I really wanted to, I could run my scraper just a little bit more and you know, touch it up and then resand. But all in all, this thing came out absolutely amazing, I feel. Yeah, I'm not a millimeter guy. I'm a carpenter by trade, and you know, I do a lot of measuring and layout and stuff like that in building, but not really versed well in millimeter wise. But inches, I am. Okay, well there you go. 1 inch is 25.4 millimeters. Learn something new every day. Who would have turned it? Yeah, man. Whatever. Yeah, Vicky. Whatever you. It would be a nice salad bowl. All that stuff is food safe. Bumblechutes makes food safe products. So yeah, this thing is amazing. It could be a centerpiece for you know, at a table. You could put, you know, decorative stuff in it. Whatever you want. That's the cool thing about woodworking. But I am very pleased with how this came out. Here's an overview of it. It's really light, which I like. I'll probably add some more finish to it, I'm sure, in a few days or whatever. I'm gonna let it sit for a while. But I love the holes and just the characteristics of this. With the bottom is just looks really pretty. So much color.
Yes. Yes, it is. 27/64. Yeah. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun on this. This is one of the larger diameter bowls I've turned. When I started this thing, as far as circumference wise, not just the contour of the inside, it was like 14, it was like right at 14 inches, which is about the maximum I can turn on this lathe right here. But it wasn't too bad, surprisingly. I think the weight helped me. I think if it would have been a little bit heavier, it might have been a little bit more challenging, because I've turned something that was about 14 on this before, and I believe it was some olive. Was it olive? I don't remember. But it was a little bit bigger than this, and it was heavier, more dense. I'm sorry, it was that pistachio, Jeff? I don't remember what it was. It's been a while. That's been 10 months now. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this came out. I will be putting pictures up on all my social medias. I'm going to be making probably a short form video out of this to showcase this. So look out for it. I'll also be posting pictures. But this came out really nice. Really nice piece. What's up, Daniel? Yes, olive. My brother from another mother. Glad you can make it in, Dan. Love you, bud. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've just been taking some time off the live things, the live streams. Like I said, I have that other build going on. I'm getting closer to being done with it, but I'm kind of leaning more towards long form content and making more detailed videos. So that's where the channel is heading. As far as workshop updates, I have some new additions to the shop that are pretty cool. I'll be showing those soon. But yeah, I'm just whenever I get in here, I'm just trying to have fun. There's a lot of great people that inspire me. Bearded Viking, Daniel, he's one of them. Oh, you haven't seen Daniel? I'll show you. This is what I'm building right now. I don't know if you can see it. It's going to be a custom 18th century clock. So that's going to be exciting. I got a little bit of work to do on it. The last part is the most detailed part. I'll give it away a little bit. I'm going to be doing a decorative gooseneck molding for the front, and it's going to have like probably a centerpiece that really jives in, and then the top is going to be like a 3-part finial, colonial style. It's like going to be 2 on the side and 1 in the center, so it should be pretty cool. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Coming from you, that's an absolute honor. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I have a lot of plans for this year as far as building. I guess I'll share them with you. I'm going to be building a few of these. This is a smaller clock, 18th century, and then I'm going to be building a medium-sized one. And then, if all goes well, I'd like to build a big grandfather, 18th century grandfather clock, which is going to be very detailed and very expensive to build. If you guys know anything about clocks, that you know that the kits can be pretty pricey, and the wood can as well, because it will take a lot of wood, because there's going to be a lot of detail in it. And then if I can knock that out later in this year, I would love to. I've always wanted to build a guitar. So I'm going to be building an acoustic guitar. Yes. But yeah, that's the plan, hopefully. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's gonna be fun. I'm starting to have a lot of fun in the shop again. I'll help you with anything you want, Michael. I'm always here to help you out, give you advice or my perspective on things. That's the beautiful part of this community. I can tell you right now that I've learned a big chunk of stuff. The YouTube side, the filming side, the telling the story side. I owe a lot of that to Daniel of Bearded Viking. He just having conversations with him. He's been really good. He's taken the time, which I really appreciate, and really helped me. And really just, you know, he knows that I love woodworking and I'm a carpenter just like he is. But I have a lot of passion for it, and I really it's not just about building. It's not just about creating something. It's about telling the story of what you're building and taking people on a journey with you, even if they aren't a builder necessarily. Just taking them on that journey and showing them things and showing them how you do things, and the journey of you know, taking on new challenges and just trying new things and just trying to get better, and you know, and also being able to teach and learn at the same time and evolve, and really you know, if anybody has any questions, you know, find me on social media, message me on my whatever. I am willing to help. It's just I love to help people. I love to learn. I love to teach. So if you guys are willing to hang out and enjoy this journey with me, I'd love to have you with me. That's what's so wonderful about this community. But like I said, I appreciate you guys being here. I've been on since about 8 o'clock, so 2.5 hours. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I really do, really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you can, if you like any of the products that you've seen me use, head on over to the description box. There's tons of great products by Bumblechutes. The finish, if you like how that came out, it's amazing. It's a great product. Go check that out. Also, if you want to help support 77 Rockets further, go to my Patreon. It's free, and there's paid tiers. Even if you join us free, I'd love the support. And then they're also on the YouTube side, I also have membership options. They're very cheap, but it does help the channel, help me to keep going with this content. Like I said, I appreciate you all for being here with me today, taking the time out of your day and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate that. You know, I'd also like to take time to thank my sponsors, all of them, for all the support. So it goes hand in hand. Everybody supported me and all my sponsors. It's just a wonderful thing. So thank you so much. I can't tell you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you all. And yeah, Mike's going live next. Mike of the Whacking Shack. This is his channel right here. Just type in the Whacking Shack and he'll be going live in about 20 minutes. And he's an amazing woodworker, amazing turner too. So go check him out. I thank you all for being here on Sunday with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you for all the kind words. Thank you for all the kind words and just hanging out. Everybody have a great Sunday. See you guys later. Love you.